You mentioned Riyadh, and we are about a week removed from the great fight between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. Eddie, in the ring, both these guys said that they're open to the rematch. They wanted the rematch. That is contractually obligated, potentially for as early as October. With the dust settling a little bit, do you have any reason to believe why this wouldn't happen next for both guys?
No, I mean, look, when you think about the rematch, there's a couple of reasons it couldn't happen. One is someone's injured, right? Which doesn't appear to be the case, although it was a physically taxing fight for both. And the other one is that someone retires or doesn't want the fight. I mean, some people have talked about what a time for Usyk to retire. He's going to make more money for the rematch. So unlikely. Probably thinks he can win the rematch, which I think he's the favourite to do. And I think, there should be a rematch because it was a great fight. We were there, obviously, you and me, and we had Usyk winning the fight. I had it tight. Some had it a little bit wider, but still a very close competitive fight. So as much as I want AJ to fight Fury or Usyk, I do think that rematch should happen. And I'm sure it will come October in Riyadh.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. But how much pressure, if you can even put pressure in a situation like this, can you put to make an AJ Fury fight next? Because it feels like, Eddie, if Fury loses this rematch to Usyk, he's going to be an underdog going into that fight. But if he loses the rematch, does it take an AJ fight off the table forever? I mean, Fury might walk
No, it
away
doesn't.
after
It's
that.
definitely not. Obviously, if Fury wins and the fight's for the undisputed, it's bigger than it is if Fury loses. It's still a massive fight, but they would have both lost to Usyk twice. Do you know what I mean? And it's always
Incredible.
going to be a big fight. But at the same time, you know, we can't worry about other people. We can't base our career around Tyson Fury winning or losing. The only focus that AJ has is regaining the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, whether that's the IBF spin-off, whether that's Usyk, whether that's Fury, we don't really care. That's just the aim. And whoever's got it's got it. AJ's not really focused on Fury. He's just focused on the belts or a belt. So we'd love to fight Tyson Fury for it. Hopefully, if there is a rematch, he can do the business. But obviously, he's going to be up against it.
You mentioned that IBF title, and the thinking going into Fury Usyk was that immediately after that fight, the IBF would strip the winner of that title. It sounds like there's a little bit of gray area there now with Usyk's team requesting an exception there. You've got the Dubois-Hrgovic fight happening next weekend in Saudi Arabia. Where do you stand on that? Because AJ is involved in that, right? Like he would be theoretically next in line to fight the winner of Hrgovic-Dubois.
Yeah, and as I understand it, there's already been an exception. So very unlikely. I think I get both sides of the argument. You don't really want the belts to be fragmented, but then you've got a guy that's been ordered ages ago and has been waiting and waiting and waiting. So it was my understanding that the Fury Usyk fight took place on the condition that the winner has to fight Hrgovic with no exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's going to happen next week for Hrgovic Dubois for that to be on the line. But maybe the winner of that, AJ's next in line for the IBF. We'll have to see. But you can't just ignore your mandatory challenger for like 2 or 3 years. And I get the whole point of, yeah, but it's great to have an undisputed champion. But what if you're the shoe's on the other foot and you're this guy who's been mandatory and now he goes out and beats Dubois and now he's told, no, actually, you can't get your world title shot till the summer of 2025. It's like, it's not fair. So I get both sides of the argument, but I do expect that IBF belt to come vacant, but very unlikely for next Saturday.